How many times have you told yourself, I'll start learning English tomorrow? And how many times has that tomorrow turned into next week, next month, or even next year? You feel the pressure, don't you? The world runs on English, and every day you don't improve feels like a missed opportunity. You see other people getting ahead, landing better jobs, connecting with people from all over the world, and you feel stuck. You've tried the usual methods, the boring textbooks, the grammar drills that make your head spin, the classes you can never seem to fit into your schedule. It all feels like a huge waste of time, and time is the one thing you can't afford to waste. You look at your daily schedule and it's just packed. From the moment you wake up to the moment you collapse into bed, every minute is taken. Work, family, chores, appointments, it's a nonstop cycle. The idea of carving out an entire hour to study English seems impossible, almost laughable. So you give up before you even start, convinced that fluency is a luxury for students or people with way fewer responsibilities than you. You feel trapped, watching your goals drift away as a quiet frustration builds inside. This feeling, this belief that you have no time, is the single biggest wall standing in your way. But what if it's not about finding more time? What if it's about using the time you already have, just in a much smarter way? Do you feel like you're stuck in a loop, really wanting to learn English but convinced you have absolutely zero time? Are you tired of learning methods that feel like a waste of that precious time? In this video, I'm going to show you how to turn those tiny, wasted moments in your daily routine into powerful and effective English learning opportunities. Stick around for some simple tricks that will completely change how you think about learning a language. Section 1. The mindset shift from studying to integrating. Before we get into the cool tricks, we have to talk about the most important part of this whole thing, your mindset. The reason you feel stuck is because you're thinking about learning English as a separate chore. You picture yourself sitting at a desk with a book, forcing yourself to memorize rules. That's the old studying mindset. And for a busy person, it's a recipe for failure. It's draining, it's boring, and it never lasts. The secret is to shift from studying to integrating. Stop trying to add another task to your overflowing to-do list. Instead, I want you to look at the life you're already living and ask a new question. How can I weave English into this? This isn't about finding an extra hour. It's about transforming the minutes you're already spending on other things. Think about your commute, your lunch break, the time you spend cooking or cleaning, or even just scrolling on your phone. These are pockets of time that, when you use them right, become your best learning moments. Here's the thing. Consistency always beats intensity. One long, miserable study session once a month is way less effective than practicing for just 15 to 20 minutes every single day. Those short, daily habits are what build momentum and create real change. When you integrate English into your routine, it stops feeling like a chore and becomes a natural part of your day, just like brushing your teeth. You're no longer fighting your schedule, you're flowing with it. Once you really get this, you'll start seeing learning opportunities everywhere, and that too busy feeling will be replaced by a sense of control and power. Section 2. Tip number 1. The 5-minute morning audio immersion. Let's start at the very beginning of your day. While you're making breakfast, getting dressed, or just sipping your morning coffee, you have a window of 5 to 10 minutes. This is your first shot. Let's call it the morning audio immersion, and it's all about getting your ear tuned to the sounds and rhythms of English. Your mission is simple. Listen to something in English for at least 5 minutes every morning. The key is to pick something short, engaging, and at a level you can mostly understand. For beginners, this could be a podcast made for learners, like the ones from BBC Learning English or Voice of America, which use simpler language and a slower pace. A great resource is a website called loo.org, which has thousands of short listening clips on everyday topics. If you're more intermediate, try a short news briefing, a motivational clip, or a TED Talk on a subject you actually find interesting. The goal here isn't to understand every single word. Don't pause, don't look up words, don't stress about it. Just listen. The point is to switch your brain into English mode right from the start of the day. Pay attention to the music of the language, the intonation, the rhythm, the natural flow of sentences. You can even try a technique called active listening, where you listen to a phrase and repeat it out loud, trying to copy the speaker's pronunciation. This tiny habit does two huge things for you. First, it guarantees you get some English practice in before your day gets hijacked by work or other demands. You've already scored a small win. Second, it builds a listening foundation that makes everything else easier. By constantly exposing yourself to real, spoken English, you'll be shocked at how much better you get at understanding conversations, movies, and music. And all it took was 5 minutes you were already using to wake up. Section 3. Tip 2. Transform your dead time. Everybody has dead time. This is the time you spend on autopilot, your commute, waiting in line at the store, washing dishes, or doing chores. For most people, this time is filled with mindless scrolling or just zoning out. For you, it's about to become your secret weapon for learning English. This is where you can easily find 20, 30, maybe even 60 minutes of learning time without changing your schedule one bit. The most obvious way to use this time is to just listen to more stuff. Your commute is perfect for English podcasts or audiobooks. Pick topics you genuinely like, whether it's tech, history, comedy, or true crime. When you're interested in what you're hearing, it doesn't feel like studying. It feels like entertainment. You're absorbing new vocabulary and sentence structures without even trying. But we can take this a step further with a powerful technique called shadowing. Shadowing is when you listen to a native speaker and repeat what they say in real time, just a split second behind them. You can do this with a podcast or a YouTube video. You don't have to be perfect. The goal is to train the muscles in your mouth to make English sounds and to get a feel for the natural rhythm of the language. It feels super weird at first, but it is one of the best ways to improve your pronunciation and fluency. You can even record yourself on your phone and compare it to the original speaker to hear your progress. Even if you only have a few minutes while waiting for the elevator, you can use a language app. Apps like Duolingo, Memrise, or Babbel are designed for short, game-like sessions you can do in 5-minute bursts. You could use an app like Drops to learn a few new vocabulary words, or use Elsa Speak to get instant feedback on your pronunciation. By turning this dead time into active learning time, you're reclaiming hours of your week that used to just disappear. Mid-roll CTA. Hey, if you're finding these tips helpful and you're starting to see how you can fit English into your life, do me a quick favor and hit that like button below. It really helps the channel out. And if you want to keep getting practical advice to transform your learning, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next video. Section 4. Tip number 3. The screen time switch and smart reading. Let's be honest, you spend hours on your phone and computer every day. That screen time can either be a total distraction or a powerful passive learning tool. The choice is yours. The screen time switch is about making a few tiny changes that will surround you with English for hours a day with zero extra effort. The first and biggest change is to switch the language on your phone, your computer, and your social media accounts to English. Think about how many times you check notifications or navigate menus. By changing the language, you'll effortlessly learn hundreds of practical words like settings, messages, delete, and save. It might feel a bit weird at the first few days, but within a week, you'll have learned all that new vocabulary without even trying. This one hack gives you hours of passive practice every day. Next, let's talk about reading. You don't need to read an entire novel to get better. Start small. While you're on a coffee break, just read one simple article in English. Websites like News in Levels and VOA Learning English have news stories written in simplified English, which are perfect for beginners and intermediates. As you read, your goal isn't to understand every word, but just to get the main idea. And here's a great technique for making new words stick. When you find a new, interesting word, don't just write it down. On a page in a notebook, draw a big plus sign to make 4 boxes. In the top left, write the new word. In the top right, write its definition in your own simple words. In the bottom left, write a synonym. And in the bottom right, write your own sentence using the word. By doing this, you're interacting with the word in 4 different ways, which makes it much more likely to stick in your memory. Just aim for 2 to 4 new words a day so you don't get overwhelmed. This small habit will grow your vocabulary so much faster than memorizing random lists. Section 5. Tip number 4. Speak without fear, even to yourself. The biggest hurdle for most English learners is the fear of speaking. You're afraid of making mistakes, of sounding dumb, of being judged. That fear can be paralyzing. But the only way to get better at speaking is, well, to speak. And the good news is you don't even need a partner to get started. I want you to start talking to yourself in English. I know it sounds a little crazy, but it's an incredibly effective, zero-pressure way to build fluency. The best places to do this are in the shower, while you're driving alone, or when you're out for a walk. Just narrate your actions. As you're getting ready, say, "I am brushing my teeth. Now I need to choose what to wear. I think I will wear the blue shirt." Describe what you see around you. That is a tall building. The sky is really clear today. You can also just have conversations with yourself in your head. Think through your plans for the evening or replay a conversation you had earlier, but do it all in English. This forces you to find words and build sentences in real time, which is the exact skill you need for real conversations. When you can't think of a word, just make a mental note and look it up later. When you're ready for the next step, you can use technology for low-pressure practice. There are AI tutors on apps like Promova or Lengua AI that let you practice speaking without any fear of being judged. Websites like Speak and Improve can listen to your voice and give you feedback on your pronunciation. The point is just to get your mouth moving and your brain thinking in English. Practicing by yourself builds confidence, so when a real conversation happens, you'll feel much more prepared. Remember, every mistake is just a step towards confidence. Section 6. Tip number 5. The 3-sentence evening journal. At the end of a long day, the last thing you want is a complicated homework assignment. That's why this final tip is super simple, quick, and surprisingly rewarding. It's the 3-sentence evening journal, and it's a brilliant way to practice writing and review what you've learned. Right before bed, open a notebook or a notes app on your phone. Your task is to write just 3 to 5 simple sentences in English about your day. That's it. You can write about what you did, how you felt, or something interesting that happened. For example, today was a busy day at work. I had a great lunch with my friend. I feel tired now, but I'm happy I listened to an English podcast. The point of this isn't to write a perfect paragraph. The goal is consistency and getting your thoughts out. By writing just a little bit every day, you make writing in English a regular habit. This is also the perfect time to use the new vocabulary you learned earlier. Try to slip one of the words from your notebook into your journal entry. This act of using the word again is what locks it into your long-term memory. Don't worry about mistakes. Don't edit yourself. Just write. This simple 3-minute habit does wonders for your ability to form sentences and express yourself in English. Over a few weeks, you'll have a written record of your progress, and you'll be amazed at how much more natural your writing feels. It's a tiny investment for a huge return. Conclusion. So let's put it all together. Learning English when you're busy isn't about finding huge chunks of study time. It's about changing your mindset and using the power of small, consistent habits that fit into the life you already have. You start your day with 5 minutes of audio while making coffee. You turn your commute into a moving classroom with podcasts and shadowing. You switch your phone to English for hours of passive practice and read one short article a day. You talk to yourself in the shower to build speaking confidence, and you end your day with a simple 3-sentence journal entry. None of these things require you to find time. They just require you to transform the time that's already there. Each habit might seem tiny, but together they create a powerful system of daily immersion that works with your schedule, not against it. Consistency is everything. A 20-minute routine broken into these small activities will get you to fluency way faster than a 3-hour cram session once a week. That feeling of being stuck, of having no time, it's just an illusion. You have the time. You have the opportunities. You just need to know where to look. Stop waiting for the perfect time to start, because it's never going to come. Start today with one small change. Your life is happening right now. Don't waste it waiting. Use it to build the future you want. You now have a blueprint to weave English into your daily life. The journey to fluency is just a series of small daily steps, and you are more than capable of taking them. If this video inspired you, let me know in the comments below. What is the one tip you're going to start with tomorrow? Sharing your goal is a powerful way to hold yourself accountable. And if you want to continue this journey, be sure to check out my other video on the top 5 apps for busy English learners. Thanks for watching, and remember, every single minute is an opportunity.